Hadhrat Kab's, Radiyallahu anhu, failure to join the Tabuk expedition. Chapter 2, Topic 9, Part 5. When 40 days had passed in this condition, a messenger of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, brought me this mandate: be separated from your wife. I inquired, am I to divorce her? He replied, no, only be separated. A similar message was delivered to my other two companions as well. I consequently said to my wife, go to your parents and wait till Allah decides my case. Hilal's wife went to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and said, O Prophet of Allah, Hilal is an old man and there is nobody else to look after him. If I go away from him, he will perish. If it is not very serious, kindly permit me to keep attending to him. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, replied, there is no harm, provided you don't indulge in cohabitation with each other. She remarked, O Prophet of Allah, he has no urge for such a thing. Since the day his ordeal has started, he has been spending his entire time in weeping. Ka'b, radiyallahu anhu, says, it was suggested to me that I might also request the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, for permission to keep my wife with me for service, but I said, Hilal is old, while I am young. I do not know what reply I shall get and, as such, I have no courage to make the request. Another 10 days passed and now our ordeal had lasted for a full 50 days. On the morning of the 50th day, when I had said my Fajr prayer and was sitting on the roof of my house stricken with grief, and the earth had straightened for me and the life had become dismal for me, I heard a crier's cry from over the top of the Mount Sula, happy tidings to you, O Ka'b. The moment I heard this, I fell prostrate on the ground and tears of joy rolled down my cheeks, as I understood that the ordeal was now over. In fact, the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, had announced the divine forgiveness for all three of us after the salat that morning. At this, a person ran up the top of the mountain and yelled out the cry that had reached me. Thereafter, a rider came galloping to deliver the same happy news to me. I gave away as a gift the clothes I was wearing, to the messenger of glad tidings. I swear by Allah I had no other clothes in my possession at that time. I dressed up by borrowing clothes from some friend and went to the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As I entered the masjid, the people in the audience of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ran to congratulate me.